The water flows. The sound of the water is mixed with sobs, but no one hears. She stands under the shower, her arms around herself, to hide the tears that she dares not cry in front of her husband. Every night is the same. He lies out there looking at his phone, breathing evenly on the bed, playing the games he always plays, chatting with friends who are still texted, and she breaks down every night in silence, in warm water and cold sadness. No one hits her, no one scolds her, but it is the lack of care, the lack of presence, the lack of listening that suffocates her in the most silent way. She can no longer imagine where her marriage will go. Their house is not small, but for her, it is suffocatingly small. Not because of the space, but because there is no place for her heart to breathe. Every day, she lives in a repetitive cycle of worrying about the children, preparing dinner, cleaning, waiting, and then being forgotten. She doesn't need him to give her flowers every week. She only needed one sincere question. Are you okay? How was your day? But all she got was, where's the food? Where's your phone? I have an early meeting tomorrow. She lived like a high-class maid. No one insulted her, but no one took her seriously either. She smiled, did her part, and then burst into tears in the bathroom, the only place she could be true to herself. He didn't want to hurt her. He just thought she was okay because she never complained, because she still took care of the children, cleaned, and smiled at everyone. He didn't know that. The strongest woman is often the loneliest. He was also tired, also under pressure, also wanted to be understood. But what he forgot is marriage is not a place where one is more tired, who suffers more, but a place where both can breathe. They both waited for the other to speak up. She waited for him to realize that her silence was a cry for help. He waited for her to speak up if there was a problem. And then, neither of them said anything. There was only water flowing forever in the night. One day, she stopped crying, not because the pain was gone, but because her heart had become so numb that she could no longer feel. No one realized that silence was more dangerous than arguing. She didn't need to scream to say, I'm tired. She just kept quiet, and little by little, withdrew herself from this marriage. By the time he realized, she was just a shadow in their own home, a stranger, wearing familiar pajamas, a distant person, cooking familiar meals. She still lived in that house, but her soul had gone somewhere else, where there was air, space to breathe, someone to listen. Marriage is not suffocating because it is a bondage, but because the people in it don't know how to create space for each other to breathe. You don't need to get divorced to be free. You just need to relearn how to be present with each other as life partners, not just roommates. Start small. Spend 10 minutes every night just talking, no phone calls. Ask each other, what's bothering you today? Stop trying to figure out who's doing more work, and instead ask, where are we missing each other? She'll stop crying in the bathroom if she feels heard in the living room, held in the bedroom, understood even before she says it.